Good morning. Let's breathe together. Get started with your posture. And on your back, in your bed, maybe the floor or the sofa or your recliner kicked back. Get comfortable and feel the surface under you. And feel it support you, and notice how much tension you're using to hold your body in place, and find a place that you can let go and give it up to the surface and let the surface hold you up. Let's start with a relaxation series to let go of tension. Start with your head and your scalp. And just notice it. Feel it separate from the bony skull. And let it melt. Let it melt down toward the ears. And let it melt across the forehead. Aware of your head and your ears and your forehead. And let it continue to melt into your eyes and release your eyelids and your eyeballs. And melt across your face, your cheeks, and your nose to your lips. Inside your mouth, the inside of the cheeks, your gums, and feel your tongue, the tip just behind the upper teeth, in the front, and the sides spread out between the molars of your upper teeth, soft. And let it continue to melt into the jaw. And then notice your head at the top again, and this time feel it melt down the back of your head. Let it flow down to that place below that ridge, that occipital ridge. And feel heavy and drop. And now open the gate and let all the softness and the melt flow down your neck and out your shoulders. Feel it flow down your arms and out your fingers. And now back to your neck and let it flow into your chest, your heart and your lungs, and all the arteries and blood vessels and nerves. And continue flowing through all the glands, the pancreas, the spleen, the adrenals, and the kidneys, and all the organs of digestion and elimination, blood vessels and nerves, into your lower abdomen, and let it divide there and flow down your legs, the big muscles of the thighs, your knees, soft, and into your calves and your ankles and your feet, and out your toes. Good. And aware of the breath, drawing it in through both nostrils, rounding up as you draw the breath in. The diaphragm moves down and pushes against the organs gently. Makes way for the air to flow into the bottom lobes of the lungs where most of the blood circulates. Soft, natural breath. Feel yourself rounding up. Maybe one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest as you pull the air in and round up. Not trying too hard. That creates extra tension, which isn't needed and works against us. Now notice the breath and expand it so it's in 3 parts, pulling it in and the belly rounds, continuing to pull and it rounds across the back and the rib cage, and continuing to pull, rounding across the back and the upper chest, and at the top spilling it out through either your nose or your lips, gently lengthening and flattening as the air flows out all the way to the bottom, and at the bottom your belly button moves back towards your spinal column, and then pull it in again through both nostrils if you can, rounding up 3 parts, and at the top spilling it out, letting it go. Good. This morning, let's wake our feet up and move and use the muscles in our feet and our toes. Getting ready for a day. Inhale and point your toes. And hold them in the point as you breathe. Breathe 3 to 5 long, deep breaths with your toes pointed, and check your toes and make sure they're not going out to the side, but they're pointing straight ahead. As you breathe and hold the tension. Sometimes your feet object with a little bit of pain, but they're not really objecting. They're just waking up. Adjust the point so that the pain is a good pain, that you can continue to breathe, and then let the pain dissipate as you breathe. And when the breath is complete, release the feet. And then do it again, and notice any changes when you do it the second time. Are your feet more ready to go? Is it easier? It definitely will get easier if you do this every morning. Point your toes and go all the way to the point where they're like, ouch. And then back off just a tiny bit so you have good pain, toes pointing forward, and breathe several long, deep breaths. And when the breath is complete, release your feet. And now this time, push your heels away from your body and pull your toes back and feel the tension in your feet and your ankles and your calves. And breathe several breaths, making sure the toes are pointing straight up toward the ceiling. Not out to the side or in toward the center, but straight. And breathe. And then release the breath and the feet. And do it one more time. Push the heels away, pull the toes back. Make sure the feet are straight and pointing straight, parallel to one another. And breathe several long breaths while you hold the tension in your feet. And notice if you've allowed it to spread to any place that's not necessary. Is your face participating? Are your shoulders participating? If they are, release them and hold the tension in your feet and your legs. And breathe. Good. And release. And now move your feet and roll them in circles, using the toes and drawing a circle with your toes, and a big movement, moving your feet around in circles as you breathe. And then pause and go the other direction. Good. I have a word for the day. The word for the day is discernment. So according to the dictionary, discernment is the ability to perceive, understand, and judge things clearly, especially that which is not obvious or straightforward. Sound familiar? We live in a world that challenges us to perceive and understand and assess things clearly. It doesn't always seem obvious and straightforward. And that's the external environment around us. Not much control over a lot of that. And we work on our internal environment inside us. And we use the breath as our tool. We eat a good diet. We exercise. And we use our breath as a tool to build our health. Physically, mentally, emotionally. And a great breath is the alternate nostril breath. We use it to build our discernment, to build our ability to perceive and understand and judge things clearly by building our nervous system. Touch the index finger and the thumb on the left hand together. You've just done a mudra called Gyan Mudra, which in yoga is for wisdom. So put your left hand in wisdom position. And on your right hand, use the thumb to close the right nostril. And use the index finger or the ring finger of the right hand to close the left nostril. Close the right nostril and gently and fully inhale through the left nostril. And then close the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. And then inhale through the right nostril. And then close the right nostril and exhale through the left nostril. Continue repeating, alternating nostrils after each inhalation. Always using a relaxed, deep, full breath. This is a little challenging to your nervous system sometimes, and you may get confused. And just use the pattern. Exhale, inhale, shift, and breathe long, relaxed, deep, full breaths, alternating nostrils. Exhale, inhale, shift. Good. Creating whole brain functioning, balancing the right and left hemispheres of the brain. Exhale, inhale, shift. As you breathe and relax into this breath, create a deep sense of well-being. Exhale, inhale, shift. Creating harmony on the physical, mental, and emotional levels with something as simple as alternating the breath. Exhale, inhale, shift. Good. And now on the next breath, fill all the way to the top, and at the top suspend lightly for just a moment or two. And then release the breath and let it flow out all the way to the bottom. And then do it again. Big breath, and at the top, suspend lightly. And then flow out all the way to the bottom, and at the bottom this time, suspend the breath lightly. And just lie quietly. Nothing, just you. And then breathe in as you need to. And may the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.